Hello everyone. Today is day 3 of May Lead Code Challenge. Today we are solving a very easy question. The name of the question is running sum of 1D array. This is basically your prefix sum question. Let me tell you what is asked in this question. So here we are given a array. The name of the array, let's say it's num. We have to return another array as the output, and the final array is known as the running sum array. And let's see how the running sum is defined. So basically for any of the given index, the running sum, like if the value at any of the index of this running sum array is equal to the sum of all the elements in the original array up to that index. So basically if you look upon this thing, so at index 3, the value that is there is sum of all the elements up to index 3. So that will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, that is 10. So I hope you are able to get. So here you can see another, like here it is explained in a better way. So you can see basically for any of the indexes, we have to return the sum up to that index. So the basic approach, in the basic approach, we can solve it in order of n square. The order of n approach is also very easy. So let me write the basic approach first, then we'll be seeing how we are facing problem in time complexity, and then we'll be going on for the better order of n approach. So let's see. So let me first define the size. So let the name of the new array is answer array, like which we'll be sending. So let me initialize it with n and 0. So we know for any of like the final answer array, the first element will always be same as the original in the first index in the original array. So we'll be initializing n as 0 as nums 0. There's no problem with that. But for later on, what we'll be doing is that we'll be using a loop for I equal to 1, I less than n, I plus plus, and I'll be calling another helper function. So NSI is equal to some helper function. Okay, fine. Let's not do the helper function thing. Let me write int x is equal to 0. Let me find the sum up to that index. For int j is equal to 0, j less than I, okay, less than equal to I, because we have to find the sum up to ith index, j plus plus. What I'll be doing is to x I'll be adding nums j. So basically I'm getting the sum from 0th index till ith index, and that only I'm saving in the running sum array. So I'm writing ans I is equal to x, and let me return it. This will work for smaller test cases, but for larger test cases there should be time complexity error. Let me see. Yeah, the answer is correct. Let me submit it. We should get an error, time limit error. Let's see. Wow, it got accepted. Nice, no problem. I'll be also telling you how to solve it in order of n square, order of n approach. So this was the order of n square approach here, as here you can see. So let's solve it in order of n approach. So the main trick here is that if you see, like for this index, the running sum at this index can be defined as the running sum up to the previous index plus the element at this index. This will be very much clear at this position. The running sum value at this index, that is index 2, is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3, but that is also equal to the running sum up to the previous uh, element, that is 1 plus 2 plus the value at the ith index. So if I will code it, it will be better. So for int I equal to 1, I less than n, I plus plus, what I am saying is that the running sum at the ith index is equal to the running sum up to the previous index plus the value of plus the value present in the original array at that specific index. So this should also work, and this will have an order of n approach, order of n time complexity, because there is only one loop. So yeah, this got accepted. Let me submit it. Yeah, it got accepted, and also the time complexity will be better. So here you can see it's good. So let me tell you some uses of this array and how this is useful. So this running sum array is most can be used to find the sum between any two indexes in a constant time. For example, someone gives you the index 1 and index 4, and someone tells you give me the sum of this. So that will take you order of n, like 2 plus 3 plus 4, that is equal to 9. But what you can do is that you can find the sum up to the rightmost index, and you can find the sum up to one index to the left of the left index. So in this case it is 1 and the sum up to the rightmost index is 10. So 10 minus 1 is 9. So basically if someone asks you that what is the sum from the second index to third index, what you are going to do is you will take the value at the third index and you will subtract just the value to the left of the second index, that is 3. So 10 minus 3 is 7. So the sum of these two should be 7. So that's how you can find the sum in a constant time, and that is the basic use case. So I hope you are able to understand this, and you can keep on solving more problems and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you very soon in the next video.